Okay, we're videoing for our people that couldn't be here, so my favorite thing to do, be videoed or on a microphone. Thank you for being here. I will try not to talk too fast. I think I talked really fast in our first one because I was trying to get done before our kids came in, but I also want to get you guys out to whatever lunch you made, Lisa, right? Because we all get up early Sunday morning to make lunch. No, we used to. I don't do that anymore either. But we're so appreciative that you guys would sign up to be a part of our kids ministry team. We had a great day. We've had 2 great weeks, but we had such fun today. And can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. So we just wanted to take a second and introduce you to a few of the people on our team and then just give you a kind of a logistics overview of our, operations, I guess, the to-dos. And then some of it'll grow and kind of change over time because we're brand new. But so that you guys are safe and so our kids are safe, we wanted to give basic to-dos to everybody. So I want to introduce Carla on the back row. Carla's a part of our team, and Miss Marissa on this back row. And Miss Lisa is a part of our team as well. So we have a growing team leading the ministry. I'm super thankful for each one of them. Like I said, we're brand new and we're brand new starting, but we've had 2 really great weeks. I think Hunter had fun today, didn't you, Hunter? Did you have fun today? Oh yeah, he was rocking it to the worship. So we have, as I've been praying, as we've been starting, there have been 3 things that I feel like God has impressed on my heart to make sure that each kid that comes in has these 3 things, and these may grow and change over time. But as I've prayed, the first one is that each child coming in would know that they belong here, that we want them to be a part of our group, that as they come in and they're a part of your small group or they're in the nursery with you, that you want them, that they belong in here, that their parents belong as a part of this church, and we're ready for them. We want them to begin to believe in Jesus as a part of our program. That's the best decision they'll ever make, and we want to be a part of that. We want to couple with their homes, with their parents, with their grandparents, whoever's pouring Jesus into them, but to make sure that inside of our program, they have a chance to begin to believe in Jesus, and then to begin to grow in their knowledge of Jesus, grow in their knowledge of this month, prayer. We're talking about prayer. And understanding that what prayer is, and that we can pray all the time, so they can begin to grow in their knowledge of God, so they can begin to grow in their comfort of getting to know more about the Bible and about Jesus with others in the group, right? So belong, believe, and begin. And we're just so thankful that you guys are willing to be a part of that. So I'm just this was our format for today, and you can look over it as I chat really quick or take it home. I just wanted to give you a basic format of what our morning looks like. Some mornings will vary a little bit. We're looking at different curriculum. Right now we're writing our own. We're a new church. We're a new church plant. We're a mobile ministry without a designated kids area. So everything has to move. Things are changing, and things have to be cheap. So we're writing it, we're making it ourselves, we're putting the crafts together ourselves, because there's lots of really great options out there, and we are looking at them and excited to dig into a couple of them even more. But for now, we're putting our own together. We're using some free online worship that's out there. There is so much out there available to churches. We've been in the church for 28 years. Leading in different ministries, but this is the first time we've started at, I feel like, below ground a little bit, and started, and there's just so much out there. So we're starting to look at that, but this is kind of what it looks like as they come in and we do some worship with the kids. We're divided into 2 different rooms, the birth through 4, and then our kindergarten through 4th grade. Right now, our 5th and 6th grade ministry hasn't kicked off. We're forming a plan for that, want it to be really kind of youth group-like, and so we're not quite ready for that. But Our K through 4th is in our big room, and then our birth through 4 years is together. They both have a lesson, they both have worship, they both have playtime. That's our basic format. And like I said, you can kind of just peruse that schedule a little bit later. If you have any questions as you look at it or later, feel free to email me. Something maybe you'll notice if you grew up in the church, maybe you grew up in a more traditional Sunday school. I mean, Lisa, we've been a part of church for forever, and you walk into a room and you've got a table and your Bibles are out and the crayons are out, and you sit at the table and you do class for an hour and a half, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how I grew in my faith. That's how I grew in my understanding of the books of the Bible and the stories of the Bible. My mom did an excellent job of teaching it at home, and I coupled with my Sunday school teachers, whom I still have a relationship with, sitting around those tables. Ours is just going to look a little bit different. We're going to be way more hands-on, way more moving. We'll have the worship, and we're all in one room. So different and great. Both are great. I just wanted to give you a few responsibilities, things leaders are responsible for. First, we want to make sure that we're ready for every Sunday, so if you could be there by 9:35. In my head, that means 9:40. If your clock runs like mine, I've had to be there at 9:35, and I roll in at 9:40. But at 9:35, if you arrive, then you're able to look over your supplies. You can ask any questions, and we can pray as a group. Your schedule and your lesson will be emailed to you on Wednesday or Thursday before you lead, so you'll have it all ahead of time. You can look over it and be ready to lead your small group, but life happens, and if you have one of those weeks and you're struggling to get out the door on Sunday and realize, I didn't look at my lesson, it's going to be there. You'll have a rolling crate that has, I had said before, we're a mobile ministry, right? Our rooms are used for lots of things, so there aren't tables, there aren't chairs in our room, and that's okay. We're operating out of circle carpets, time on the floor, and so our supplies go with us with rolling crates, and everything you need will be in those crates. All of your scissors, crayons, anything you need. All the lesson plans will be in there. Your schedule, what I email you, will be in there in case you don't bring it. It's provided for you. Your craft, whatever you need is going to be in there. So if you had a week and you need to show up and you need to be there at 9:25 and look over it that morning, we get it. We've all been there. We all have those weeks, and it'll all be there ready for you to look over, to be prepared for the morning. We want all of our leaders to be fun. We want you to greet every single kid with a smile. We want them to know they belong, and we want them to want to belong. So get down on their level. I can't remember where I first learned this, some college class somewhere, talking about making sure that we're not standing over kids, that we're down at their level, kneeling, sitting, whatever, eye to eye, making that extra effort to really connect with our kids so that they're having the best time they can, and we're making every effort to really connect with them. We're mobile, we're moving, so at the end of every day we have to clean up our areas. In our big kids area, that means rolling up the carpets, putting everything back in your rolling crate, and putting it in our storage room. Your first week of teaching, we'll show you. Every week there will be a floater or a coordinator person that's not leading a class but helps with the intro, gives a brief overview, and is there to help with all the things. So they will be available to you to help with anything that comes up, and also to say, oh, this is right now it's full of tile, carpet, paint, and that'll be moving out today, and we get to organize it and put all of our supplies in there. So you'll roll your carpets up, you'll take your crate that's got all your stuff in, put it, and you're done for the day. In the nursery, it looks a little different because we've got all of our toys, our centers. Everything has to be wiped down with cleaning wipes, put in 2 huge rolling tubs with lids, same concept, rolled out into the storage room, stacked, and we're done. Replace yourself if you can't be there. We're going to send to you this week schedules and contacts. And so it looks like we're going to have a rotation of once a month. So you'll know I always teach on the second of the month, or I always have the last Sunday of the month. And at this point, 5 Sunday months, the 5th Sunday will be family worship at this point. It may change, things evolve, but at this point, the few 5 Sunday months will be worship as a family. So you'll know I always teach on this Sunday, but if something comes up, if you're sick, we can pull from your rotation. You can switch weeks, and there'll also be a sub list that you can contact. And then I just ask that you would let us know who to expect to teach in your place. Okay, bathroom needs. I said before, we wanted to equip you guys to be successful, and I want to make sure that you're protected because that's just the world we live in. I shared at our earlier training that I have a friend who's done children's ministry for years and years, and this was the first summer that she had an issue come up, and it was a false claim, but it was to a young boy that was serving, and it just was so hard. And we want to do whatever we can so that that doesn't happen here. And so there'll be accountability. Nobody goes at anything alone. There'll be 2 leaders in every group when it comes to bathroom. If you haven't been in there, which I think most of you have because you clean or you've been in that area before, but the bathrooms are right here. The classroom's here, the nursery to 4s is here, and the bathrooms are right here. But even our big kids, the floater will be there to walk them to the bathroom, so nobody's out and about on their own, standing with the door propped, not going into the bathroom, assuming they can do what they need to on their own. If they need help, Marlo, I think she just likes to talk to me, actually. She doesn't need any help. I just think she says, please come in, because she wants to talk to me. So the door was propped by someone else, and I just stood with her door closed, but just stood there and chatted with her and then helped her wash her hands. But the door should always stay propped, and just contact your floater and let them know, hey, I've got a bathroom need, and between you and the floater. And listen, our rooms are all right here, so that floater, you'll always be able to grab that floater. In the nursery, if you have a diaper that needs to be changed, it's the same thing. We're gonna have that floater go with you, but the changing station is in this bathroom for now. Eventually it'll be in the bathroom across from the nursery as well. The floater will walk with you, and I stood today and kept the door propped open, and they changed the diaper, Clorox wiped the changing table down, and we were done. Yeah, like I said, every week we'll have a floater coordinator, so that person's there for anything like you accidentally don't have a craft, or maybe you're short one, or you've got a concern with a kiddo. Anything that comes up that you think, I may need a little help with this, you please ask your floater. And if you're in the nursery and you have somebody who's really upset, your floater will be the one after you've tried all the things to calm the child. We want to go get mom. We don't want anybody to not want to come back. So use your floater, and they'll walk in here without the child and come get the parent and then come back and help you. If anybody's interested in helping with floating or coordinating, let me know. Marissa's smiling. I said that last time. We would like to do the same thing with our floater coordinators so that they serve 1 week a month as well. So we're a little short of that. Check-in and check-out. There's a check-in table for K through 4th grade, and there's a check-in table right in front of the nursery with a gate. Yay. This week. Gate in front of the door. And so check-in is just parents signing in with information on the roster, a sticker for the child, a sticker for the parent. And no one leaves without, or no one takes a child without the sticker. No question. Like, I've known Lisa for years, but if she doesn't have her sticker, I'm gonna have to say, can you go get your sticker? She doesn't have any kids that age, but that's what we're gonna do, just to make sure that we're across the board doing the same for everybody. Extra measure, we have 2 sets of glass double doors. When service starts, we make sure to close those. They're not locked, but they're heavy. So if a kid happened to toddle out, they're gonna have to get out those doors. And on the other side of the set of doors today was Mr. Bloom. There'll be a male, what are we gonna call you? Guard? Bouncer. Bouncer? Perfect. Let's go with bouncer. Muscle? the muscle, standing there. And that's just to make sure that the only people that go in are either on the kids' team, on staff at the church, or a parent. Nobody else goes in. And we'll clarify. I feel like maybe we need to clarify that. Like if there's ever a question, then they could come get the floater and say, hey, so-and-so wants in. But if they don't have a sticker, they're not getting in. And if they're not kids' team or a staff, they just don't need to go on the other side of those glass doors during service. And they get to grab any arm that might come running out the doors. They can muscle that child, but that's not going to happen because we have a gate. And we have the floater right there. We may have learned to get a gate last week, but it was fine. It worked out. Okay, well, he's big. His mom was there, so. But we had our glass doors. It was safe. And the coffee shop doors from the outside, those are locked. Nobody's getting in. And I don't want you as a leader to say, oh, there's somebody, let's let them in. Nobody opens those doors. They stay closed. And I think you've probably noticed Tony. I think he's here most week. He's our security guard outside. The one who's here all the time, his name's Tony. You all should get to know him and call him by name and invite him in when he's not. He's just the greatest guy. So he's out there too. But we just want to make sure we're doing everything. I love this church building. I love where it is, and God's going to use it. It's a busy street. It's a busy area. And we want to be careful of anybody or any situations that may walk in. Does that make sense? So that's why we set up that extra measure on the outside. So, and then something that is growing, starting, is we have a heart for the child with different needs at this church. I have a heart for that, but Brooklyn has a heart for that. Marissa, Carla, these people, we want to make sure that this is a program that any child that wants to be a part of can be a part of this program. So we don't have a need for it right now, but we will be growing our buddy system, for lack of a better word, that any child birth through, fourth grade that wants to be in our class can attend that. And if they need a buddy, I have 2 girls with special needs, and one of them would need a buddy to participate. And one of them just needs Carla to tell her, Cora, come on, let's go, because she just needs the encouragement to go. So she wouldn't need a buddy. But if they need a buddy to be in class, we want to provide that so they can be there. And then the other part of that is if they're of, 6th grade and under, I guess, and their parent is here and they want to be a part of service, but their child can't sit in service and their child also can't be a part of that kind of programming. It's not the best fit for them. What our hope is that will be a growing ministry as well, where we can have an area for those students that they can go and be with a teacher, a buddy, have a class that fits their needs too. We don't want anybody to not go to church because they don't fit, because there's not something for them, because it happens all the time. There are families that have kiddos with different needs that aren't plugged into a church because it's just hard. And we want it not to be so hard to be involved here. We want to love their kids because they deserve to be loved, just like I deserve to be loved and Haven deserves to be loved. So those are growing ministries that I just wanted to make you aware of. That's all my logistics as of now. Like I said, we will be having more fun times of getting together as volunteers, other times where we're getting together to go over more specifics, especially if our curriculum changes, just so that you always feel prepared. But that's what we want, is that we are so appreciative that you would be willing to be a part of this ministry, that we want to make sure we're doing everything we can once you're in there to make it easy to pull off and love the kids and share Jesus. So if you think of any ideas or questions later, or ideas or questions when you're serving, please let me know, let Carla know, Marissa, Lisa, Meg, Kayla is another gal that's going to be on our team. We want to know. We want to hear from you because we value you and value your thoughts. So does anybody have any thought or question? Okay, well, that's it. I tried to not talk as fast as I did before. We are videoing it for people that weren't able to come to the either training so that we can get going. Your background check. You should have received an email with background checks, and I think a lot of them have come in already, but if you haven't or haven't returned it, return it. If you didn't get that email, then let us know, but I think most people probably have. And as soon as we get all that back, we'll put everybody into a rotation and get that out this week. But like I said, just wanted it to be a quick meeting so we could get started. So thank you very much. Go grab a hamburger or french fry or whatever your lunch plans are. I appreciate it.